Will the resolution to impeach Rosenstein be considered tomorrow before the House breaks for August recess? Let's talk to Republican Congressman from Florida, Ron DeSantis, who sits on the House Oversight Committee. Good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be here.
Okay, so let's talk about this, because unless it comes up as a, quote, privileged resolution tomorrow, it's going to go away for weeks while you guys go home and do other things that you have to do with constituents and other things. Is this a PR stunt, as some critics are saying?
No, I don't think it is. I think it's, look, we've been doing this round and round for months and months and months. And I've been saying for months and months, if you want to change their behavior, you have to impose a sanction on them. Now, I think the easiest thing would have been to hold Rosenstein in contempt of Congress, and also hold potentially people in the FBI, because when Peter Strzok is avoiding all those questions, he's doing it at the direction of people in the FBI. And these were some basic questions that the American people have the right to do. So you do need to have a sanction. And I think the reason why Mark and Jim filed that is because, although it was not filed as a privilege, it could be at some point in the future. So I think they're laying down a marker, letting justice know that Congress means business, and then hopefully be able to do something short of that to get what we want. It'd be much easier for everyone to just get the documents, but at some point Congress has to stand up for itself. We've not done a good job. Some of us have wanted to be aggressive, but the institution as a whole has been very weak, not just with this, but all the way back to the IRS scandal when we tried to hold John Koskinen accountable and didn't have enough votes to do it.
Well, you know, the DOJ has repeatedly said in recent months and weeks that they have been more forthcoming than ever in the past, in history, that they have gone beyond, quote, guardrails in the past with respect to what information they could give you. Here's the Deputy Attorney General a few weeks ago talking about this idea that he could potentially be impeached.
I can tell you, there have been people who have been making threats privately and publicly against me for quite some time. And I think they should understand by now the Department of Justice is not going to be extorted.
So they say they're turning over information, great volumes of it. Is it quantity or quality of what you think you're missing?
Then why haven't they turned over the information about how Crossfire Hurricane started, the Trump-Russia collusion case that was opened by Peter Strzok, who said that they were going to stop Trump and that you needed an insurance policy? Very simple to do that. Why haven't they given us answers about whether the FBI or Obama Justice Department did anything to induce any type of surveillance or spying on Trump's campaign prior to July 31st, 2016? Those are very simple questions. They either did something or they didn't, and yet they will not do that. So I think what they're masters of is producing a lot of documents that really aren't what we're looking for, and it's kind of like a Chewbacca defense. Hey, look over here, we're giving you this. Well, that's not what we want. What we want is actually very easy to produce, and they just continue to refuse to produce it. And they talk about guardrails. Peter Strzok went over guardrails when he said that he was going to stop Trump from being president. These guys went over guardrails and how they conducted the investigation, and the American people need the truth about all this.
It seems like from what we've heard from some of your fellow members who were part of the questioning of Lisa Page, and you were part of that as well, that she gave them a lot more guidance and information that kind of cleared some things up, pointed you guys in another direction. Was it a fruitful exercise with her?
So there's now inquiry about additional facts involving the dossier and how that dossier ended up in the FISA application, which it did. It was really the critical component. Because, yes, there are redactions, but, I mean, that was kind of front and center is what they rolled out
we can tell.
as the reason why. I mean, if there was stronger evidence, you would have led with the stronger evidence. So that dossier was there. And so I think that there's going to be follow-up from there. But then also I think Peter Strzok's going to be brought back in. I mean, Lisa Page was very honest about the meaning of those text messages. I mean, Strzok acted like, you know, the meaning of is wasn't is, and he was giving these outlandish explanations that just weren't credible. And even the Inspector General said this guy wasn't credible with how he's doing it. So that could be an interesting contrast as well.
Well, we'll stay tuned to hear more potentially from both of them, potentially in a public setting as well. And as we await, let us know how you do over recess. A lot to get done here in Washington, but I know folks back at home want to bend your ear as well. So, Congressman, thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.